Everyone, this is Dion Soul. I hope everyone is doing well. And as you see before you, you are looking at an EC135 helicopter. And the reason why we're looking at an EC135 helicopter is because my experience with it has been with on the Microsoft Flight Simulator platform. And so I thought the other day, I thought, you know what? I wonder if there's one EC135 available in X-plane, and I'll give it a whirl, so to speak. Yeah, puns galore. Uh, so, uh, so I decided I would pick it up here and give it a try. And lo and behold, I found this EC135 over at the xplane.org. Download section, and it was for free, so you're getting a lot of content for free as far as all the bobs and the gizmos and everything that comes with this. I currently have it configured the way I want to fly the aircraft because I think it looks the most coolest for it. So it definitely has more things you can add than the Microsoft Flight Simulator version. Matter of fact, what you're looking at right now is the high skid version for I'm assuming for bush flying, landing in high terrain area where you'd have a lot of rocks and stuff. So I'm assuming that's why you have the high terrain. You have an option here where you have all kinds of settings here that you can add all kinds of things to it. And as you can see, I have the GPU connected right now. You have an automatic startup procedure, which we're going to do today because my skills in helicopters in general are very limited. I'm a fixed wing guy and not a rotary guy, but that doesn't stop me from dipping my toes into rotary aircraft from time to time. And as you can see on the interiors, you've got all kinds of different things. You got like bubble doors where you can actually now I've just changed it up here now where actually the glass actually protrudes out a little bit there where you now got bubble doors, which is kind of neat. At least right there on that one anyway. It doesn't look like the bubble door is right there, so I guess it's for the pilot. Okay, I didn't know that, so that's how that's set up. But you got various things. You can see how I got a nose sticking out right here, and the reason why is because I actually I have a small radar dome along with I think I have the glare shield as well that basically protrudes. You turn that on and off, you can see it just gets rid of some things, gets rid of a piece of metal there. But I kind of like it with the glare shield on, so I just turn that back on. But you can see the idea. There's all kinds of stuff that you can add to actually customize this aircraft to whatever whatever fantasy you have to want to emulate, which is really really cool. But I'm not kind of not liking that bubble canopy thing. I'm gonna have to go back and fix that because that's cool and all, but it's just kind of I don't know about that. So let me see if I can find that again and turn that back off in a timely manner here. Is that internal? That's probably internal. Yeah, that was internal. So there you go. Now it's back to normal. But anyway, so you got all kinds of modifications that you can do. I got my people all ready to go here, and of course I got my pilot. Don't have my co-pilot because that's actually supposed to be me. That kind of thing. But there isn't a lot of things that you open up, just basically the doors and whatnot, because we don't have to hear that irritating noise. Let me close that. And well, it didn't go away, did it? But at any rate, so yeah, you can change the back here where you've got a different tail configuration. Where if I don't want if I want to go with another version, I can get rid of the inlets, which you just saw disappear briefly there, and that was the wrong thing I was looking for. I like the inlets. I think the inlets look cool. There you go. I put the inlets back in right here. But anyway, like I say, there's just so many things that you can do to this thing to kind of add some immersion factor to it and whatnot. And of course, you got a different tail. You got that changes the tail up a little bit and that sort of thing. So it's it's a cool little freeware aircraft here for you to experience. Is a flight model study level? I have no idea because I am not a helicopter connoisseur, so I have no idea. It gets me around, and so I'm not really too tripping on it too much. But I like all the little stuff that you get for it. And of course, this right here is a 3D renderization of KCNY, Canyon. I forgot the name of it already. Canyon Airport here. What is it? Canyonland. Canyonland. Sorry. Which leads me, I'll just kind of segue right into Canyonland, which is where we're at right now. Now, the reason why we're actually here as well, not only to show off the freeware helicopter, but also the reason why we're here is because as you noticed in the previous videos I have here on my channel, that I have been playing around with Train Sim World 2 and getting my train fixed by taking some locomotives and some rolling stock from point A to point B. Cane Creek. I forgot the name of it. Crane Creek add-on pack. I'll just say it that way. For Train Sim World 2 has. I'll put a graphic up here that'll actually have the proper name. Basically what it does is that you do jobs, you do missions that are from Thompson Springs, and it just goes all the way down to and follows along Highway 70/50 from Grand Junction and in Colorado, Grand Junction, Colorado. Is that where that's at? Yeah, I think it's in Colorado. And anyway, so you go from here all the way down, and you follow right along the 191 highway from the 5170, and you just parallel the highway to Canyonlands Airport, and then from there you can see with the little red or with the little black with the little lines that's signifying that is a railroad, and then it goes down to the uranium mine down here next to Moab, and then you just and then it follows. You go through and you can see a separation right here where the uranium mill is. Well, those little hooks right there is not because of the fact that they're just trying to separate with the uranium mine description. Is because from there to there you actually are in a tunnel in Train Sim World 2 as it's modeled. And so there, in the real world, obviously, there is a tunnel that goes there that you would go into when you're at when you come next to the Colorado River, which is what this is right here, with this blue line right here. Here on Sky Vector is the Colorado River, and then of course Moab is right there, and you just take it right on down to a plant of the Potash, which is right down here where it says plant. That is the Potash area, and that's what you'd be taking jobs to in you take jobs to transport rolling stock between there and various places. So I thought, you know what is it going to look like and what's it look like in the air? So what better way to find out what this area looks like is either be in X-Plane with orthos or Microsoft Flight Simulator. I'm just going to go ahead and give you guys the TDLR and the spoiler warning right now. Microsoft Flight Simulator in some respects looks better. No surprise. But in other respects, I was surprised that it doesn't look better. That it actually has in this area of question here that Microsoft Flight Simulator has baked on has the clouds baked onto the scenery. And so I think in the course of this video right here, I will illustrate that, or at least I'll put in a quick little, I'll basically do a time lapse of that. But for now, for this particular video here, we're going to do it in X-Plane and show you with X-Plane as it is. And is it great as well? No, not really. I mean, it's not real world, but it's better than nothing. And it's better than standard out-of-the-box X-Plane with orthos. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and without making too much time here, because we're already coming up on here on 10 minutes, let's go ahead and get into this aircraft and get it set up and ready to go. So what we'll do is we'll go ahead and open this door back up, and you'll hear all the irritating noise. And we'll go ahead and climb on inside here into this freeware aircraft. Go ahead and put our helmet on here, which kind of looks kind of funky. close all the doors, get rid of the outside noise. And if I can find the hitbox, there we go. And first off, we'll go ahead and get rid of this noise here. I'll hit it again. There it goes away. So there you go. So that's how it is right now with the GPU or the APU installed right now. What we're going to do is we're just going to click on the here and bring up this little handy dandy tool thing right here. We already got two Garmin 750s already installed. What we're going to do is we're going to remove all the static elements, and so we'll just click on that, and all the static in this little bitty. So now all the static elements are now gone, just like that. And you can see all the passengers are all set and ready to go. So you can put passengers in right here, or you can go over here, like I said before, in the interior configuration, or I'm sorry, the crew. And so the crew is, I can do all out, or I can individually put them all in. And of course, I'm not going to put me in or a co-pilot in. So it says only got 3 people in here, so that's fine. So we should have, if I look over here, let's see if I see 3 people. Yep, there they are. They all look the same. They're the same dude. Hey, they're clones. Just notice that. I'm carrying clones. Dude, you're a clone. So you got to look under the lip and you see what the clone number is on these guys. But they're clones. Well, whatever. The lip registration, I'll leave it up to you guys to figure out what that referencing, and then put in the comments down below and tell me what movie I'm referring that to. But anyway, so we can click on that, get that out of the way here. So let's go ahead, and I'm going to do mostly, I'm just going to let this thing start it up because, like I say again, my skills are very limited in this aircraft. I'll be lucky if I'm able to fly things. So we're going to do a quick startup procedure. So we'll click on that. And now it's going to go ahead and go through all the process. But what I can do is go ahead and also too, I've been having some serious sticking issues with my mouse. I don't know if my mouse is going bad or what. Now let's let it go through its procedure, which gives me a chance to get rid of me, and then we'll get myself a swig of water as this thing is loading up. Alrighty, so I think we are ready to go here, I believe. So we'll go ahead and throw on all our lights. Our lights are now on. Now go ahead and give it a little bit of collective. And we'll be on our way. And it's telling me that my autopilot is not on. I don't know if that means I need to turn my autopilot on now you know, but I'll go ahead and do it. So there you go, autopilot's on. Don't know if that was a good idea or not, but we'll find out. Because like I say, what else do we got here? We got the generators, they say are not working, which is kind of weird because they're on. Off, back on. And then the EPU, that's right, because the EPU is still connected, that's why. Okay, so I need to go over here to the external power unit and turn that off. Boom, those will go away. And then as soon as I give it a little bit of power, then that generator disconnect will go away. Okay, so I'll give a little bit of juice. It should go away. And if not, because it's off. I can see it's off right there. There, now it's off. And there, now we're in the air. And here we go. Forget all rules and regulations. I've got a lot of left rudder in right now to control to counter the torque. And of course, what you see right there is you see Highway 191 right there. See, I don't like the fact that it tells me to turn on the autopilot right then and there. I think that's dumb. I don't like that. There, now I have more control. Yes, I know. Turned it off. I don't want the autopilot on. As I'm trimming it out myself. I don't know why it was wanting me to put the autopilot on. Or just let me know it's disconnected. Anyway, so you can see there's a train, and there's actually a train right there. That's one thing that Microsoft Flight Simulator does not do, is they do not model the trains. See, there's a train right there, going from.
Caution terrain. Caution terrain.
And I don't have an inhibitor on here to turn off the terrain. But as you can see, this terrain is not exactly the most wonderful looking thing, but it's all right. You know, these are level 7. I did this area in level 17, you know, instead, and but it's not bad. I mean, it's better than what X-Plane gives us out of the box. So I'm not complaining. But it's got some, you know, it just doesn't have the foliage, you know. There should be more foliage down on the ground right there. You can see the foliage that's baked on the textures in the bottom. So that's all that really X-Plane needs to do, is they need to have some kind of algorithm in place where it would say, oh, you know, this ortho sees that there's a tree there or there's a bush there. We'll put in a 3D bush there or something, you know, when you get at a certain level. But I'm hand flying it right now. Okay, right here we're coming up on 7th mile. That's what this is right here. That's why you see. Let me back off on our power here and slow this thing down. Pull our nose up here so we can lose. Of course, we're getting altitude, but I'm trying to lose speed. As the helicopter's getting mushy. hear the helicopters flapping. That's all right. I'll just have to deal with it. But anyway, so this is 7th mile where they'd have some of the cars right here, which are below us. But still, for X-Plane, this isn't bad. I don't have my... See, I am using my my honeycomb yoke and throttle system. I tried to yesterday. I tried to set up the my X52 that I have, and I didn't. I actually had the noise that is on the X52 was so bad that it just wasn't worth it. You know, it just wasn't worth it having the installed. So I just gave up on it. But anyway, we'll go ahead and get down lower here. Of course, somebody's going to increase the speed. But again, right now we are hand flying this aircraft. Get down at ground level here. I like the out-of-the-box X-Plane did model the twin, the two-lane highway, which is what it really is. And the fact that X-Plane actually has railroads, has the railroad, which I think is pretty cool. So this is the Cane Creek, like I say, this is the Cane Creek route, just in the air this time. And you can tell these are orthos, obviously. You can tell that this photo's baked on the ground, but that's okay. It is interesting how the color variation is that iron? Would that be iron? The red that signify as this is an iron deposit? I'm not for sure on that. But as you can see, the railroad it follows the railroad just fine, just like it does in Train Sim World 2. They did a good job in that. And then right at our nose right here, that's the visitor center. That when you look at some Google Maps and stuff, you'd see that's the that is the visitor center that we're flying over right now. We see that kind of barely right there. As we're coming into Moab right now. Now, right here is where the train would actually go into the into the mountain right there. What I'm trying to do is I'm going to try to pitch us up so we can lose our speed and then get down. But right there in this semi-center of the screen is where it would the train would disappear. And like I say, I'm using fixed wing stuff with Looks like I see some, yep, I see some lines right there, which is power lines. Don't necessarily want to get into those, thank you very much. And we'll try to get down here and land if I can. See, they're showing it as a multiple, which it is not. It's just one. It's just going through, and that's it. Also trying to look at the slope on this thing, so it's not modeling the slope or modeling the flat. Anyway, there is a plateau right there. Let's go ahead and give it some power and get out of this. It's just not liking me trying to climb like I am. Too much torque. There is the Colorado River. All right, back in Moab. Of course, I let go of the stick, and look what happens. One of these days, I guess I'll invest money into a warthog or something else, and probably, you know, I don't really want to. I probably won't, but I'll have to create a new desk that I actually would have the warthog set up so I can easily switch over between fixed wing yoke configuration, which is what the honeycomb, all the honeycomb stuff is, to the warthog, or a good quality stick or a HOTAS system. But anyway, so let's go ahead and go back over here. And the reason why is because I wanted to show where the train would come out at. Train would actually come out. You can actually see the train track start back up again right there. Not that one, but that one right there. So let me spin this around. Oh, quit making noise. And the train, be right there. Coming out of that little... It's amazing how the engineers came up with that idea of, where to go to right along in there. Which is pretty neat. Comes out right there and goes on down to Potash. And what we'll do is we'll go on over here to Potash. Okay, let's kind of expedite this a little bit so I don't make this video any longer than necessary. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go through the same kind of the same routine, except for we'll be in X-Plane and the EC135 in Microsoft Flight Simulator. Is what I should have said. We'll just finish following the over here to Potash. It's not perfect, as you can see. X-Plane is.
Caution terrain.
Yeah, I know.
Terrain. Hold up. Terrain.
That does look kind of funky. The road and everything.
Terrain. Hold up. Terrain.
Hopefully X-Plane 12 will smooth some of that stuff out and make it a little bit more accurate. Because I think it's getting all of its data from, well, I know it is. It's getting all its data from Streets, Microsoft Streets, or Microsoft Streets, Open Street Map, sorry. Sacrilege. As we're going down the Colorado River. You helicopter pilots sitting there just cringing hearing that those helicopter blades doing what they're doing, and I understand that. I don't fly this, fly rotary craft enough to know better. All right, let's try slowing this thing down here if it'll let me, because I want to land. There is Potash right there. Or Potash, P-O-T-A-S-H, not Potash. Potash is the proper. And you can see right there, that's where, those silos or whatever they are right there. And we'll go into the rail line, which is right there. And that's the way it is in the road continues on, just like it does in Train Sim World 2. But just like here in X-Plane. See if I can spin this around. Okay, fine, I'll go the other way. You don't want me to go right, I'll go left. I'll just pick a spot. As I'm pulling back on my collective. As you can hear it. X-Plane didn't really model a good, nice flat spot. See, that flat spot right there is not really a that I'm heading towards, but we'll use it. I think that's actually a building. Ouch. And of course we're going to crash, right? Oh, almost crashed. Almost crashed. Alright, just for funsies, we'll do a quick replay on this because we can't do this in X-Plane or Microsoft very well. Oops, wait a minute. I gotta go back here. I gotta get out of the cockpit here. go down to ground level. That's where we're going to end up. Then we'll bring it back just a tad. We'll land. Now I got to find where our airplane is. Oh, there it is. Our helicopter is. Ooh, ouch. Ouch, 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 ouch. Whoa! Hey, got on the ground. It was ugly. Whoa! But I got it on the ground. Okay. All right, so now I'm going to pause the video real quick, and then we're going to go over and do the same thing, except we'll be in Microsoft Flight Simulator this time. So I will be right back. Alrighty, we are back, and we are now in Microsoft Flight Simulator, and now we are using the Hype Train, or High Performance Group EC135. And as you can tell, we are sporting their livery because they are the only, them and Bug Eater 64 are the only two that have donated to me. So every time that I use their helicopter, I'm going to give Hype Train Media a big shout out because they donated to me and to my channel, and I greatly appreciate them. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get back inside the cockpit here. And as you can see, I also have the, also sporting the track IR action going on here because Microsoft Flight Simulator does do a little bit better job with track IR than what X-Plane does, but not by much, but a little bit. So without further ado, let's go ahead and give it a little bit of collective and go ahead and get off the ground here, and we'll go through the same scenario that we did before. And as you can see, the colors in the sim here are obviously different than what they are in X-Plane. Also, the X-Plane version, let me back off on my collective here. I saw that I was in the red here. We'll stay in the yellow. And then there is the Highway 191 right there, and you can see the train right there. But you don't really see the rail ties or the rail itself. It's just been covered up by foliage instead, and that's something that that Microsoft needs to work on. Is they need to make it more of a realistic rail. So Microsoft is falling short on that. Am I tripping on that? No, but it's just like, it is kind of different. And I did get my orthos for X-Plane. I did get them, from Google. Those are Google Maps or Google orthos, whereas this right here is Bing. The factory. Uh-oh. Lost my communication there. But you can see the little bit of difference here in the terrain. For some reason, if it continues to act up here, I'll probably have to turn it off. Because I do like my, I think I'm having issues with because I got backlight issues right now. If it messes up again, then I will turn it off. See, for some reason right here, and then this is where it really kind of breaks the immersion factor here in Microsoft Flight Simulator. Look at this baked on cloud mass that you see right here. That's not very good. So there is just some areas here in Microsoft Flight Simulator that are not very good. And this is where X-Plane actually is better, in my opinion. Which is most unfortunate, I want both X-Plane and Microsoft Flight both to be good. Especially seeing how I own them both. But yeah, so that's let me see if I can do this. Take a look outside here. Yeah, you can see it. That's bad. That is bad. As I'm nosing to the ground here, we'll get back over to where we're supposed to be, and you can see how the you know, they modeled the road right there, but then it just goes back to just ortho road, which is weird. I think we're coming up on 7 mile here. Yeah, we are. There's a baked on train on the ground, and there's the 2 train tracks right there at 7th mile. And you can see a lot of baked on clouds right here as well. So it's a shame, you know. Asobo needs to work on that. Make it a little bit better. I found here what the Hype Train Media's high performance group 135 EC135 is actually easier to fly and easier to land than the one I was doing just a second ago with X-Plane. Now I don't know if that's the fault of the developers or if it's just that the X-Plane is more realistic. I don't know, because again, I am not a you know, I don't fly helicopters. I've never flown helicopters for real, and so I don't know. Guess I'm going to have to turn off our which is a bummer, because I like using my you can see now, you can see the colors change in the ground, so they're kind of, this is more of a different color. And you can see the railroad track is right there as well in front of us. But again, this is all orthos instead of 3D rendered, 3D based rendered. In some respects, yeah, this looks great. But in other respects, kind of, I don't know. At least right here looks good. You know, I'll give it that. And you can see Microsoft Flight Simulator did model the power lines. We're currently following the power lines right now. I'm going to go over here to the visitor center here. So let me bank to the right here, and then use some right rudder to spin the helicopter around so we can get a good look at the visitor center, if I can get this helicopter to move for me. And right there would be the visitor center. Yeah, it's pretty good. It's all right. It's more detailed than what X-Plane has to offer. But the problem is that's expected. You know. And there's the railroad. We'll continue the railroad on around. I want to back off on some power here to see if I can keep more authority into my rotor, or into my tail rotor, so I can whip this thing out better. You see, I mean, it wants me to go straight, which is, the tail rotor doing exactly what it's supposed to be doing as far as the fins are concerned. See, that's that power station in X-Plane. It's not modeled, but here it's modeled. It doesn't even look like a power station. It looks more like a something else. Now we're coming into Moab. Keep above the power lines here. And you see right here, Microsoft did make the plateau, whereas X-Plane did not make this plateau. So we'll come in here and land, and we'll change crew. As you can see, there's my we'll simulate. There's my train right there. We'll pretend there's a train right there for us to exchange crew. And of course we went into the ditch. Let me get up and out of the ditch before I break something. There. Now we'll land at 9 right here. There you go. Anyway, that hole in front of us right there, that would be the tunnel, the start of the tunnel right there. And of course back over there. Train to be coming around right there like that. Stop right there, change crew, and then then they can change crew, and then I would just fly on out of here, and then take the relieved crew back to base. See, that's what X-Plane needs to do, is they need to put that foliage in right there. We'll go ahead and climb real quick. Could go into Moab, but what we're going to do is we're going to basically follow along the same lines as what I did with the X-Plane. Let's climb real quick, get in the air, get higher, get above the ridge, and then we'll come out at the other side. As my track IR is going crazy. Come on, track IR, be nice. And my track IR is not going to cooperate now. There, now they'll turn off. And we'll come around over here. See, this right here obviously looks better than the next plane, but that's, again, that's expected. You can see that that's where the rail is coming out of right now. I'll try to swing around, but I'm going too fast. I don't have any tail rotor authority right now. So I gotta lose some speed. See, it's not letting me spin the helicopter around. There, now I get some tail rotor authority. And that's where the train would come back out. Right there. Like I say, pretty cool. Some power in here and climb out of this. And then we'll use our, come on around, and we'll go on down to Potash. But again, like I said, I seem to have more ease of use of flying this helicopter with on the Microsoft platform than I do with X-Plane. X-Plane's a little bit more difficult. Again, realism or not, don't know. And as you can see, there's a cloud baked into the ground textures again. That breaks the immersion. So that's why I'm kind of, you know, it's Microsoft Flight Simulator, X-Plane, whatever. You know, fly what you want to fly, because you're going to have things like this where you got, you know, and you got see how the railroad and the other is baked onto the side of the mountain as opposed to be flat, and then it flattens itself out. So that's, you know, at this point, it doesn't really matter which simulator you have. There is no right one or wrong one. And again, with Microsoft Flight Simulator, they don't model, and you can see that right there. That doesn't look too good. That thing right there. There's just some areas that look really, really nice, and other areas not so much. Come in here to Potash right now. Get above those. You see, they tried to model the those silos right there. Let me spin around here. I'll slow down. I'll pull back on the stick here. Try to lose some speed. Of course, I'll gain altitude. But I have absolutely no authority in my tail rotor right now. Or now I just get it. And you can see that's a little bit more modeled than what it is in X-Plane, but not much. X-Plane's mostly just baked on. And we'll go ahead and try to land at the same area. Back off on my power. And you notice you don't hear a lot of the helicopter or the blade clapping like you did in X-Plane. Again, realism, don't know. Gotta lose some. Okay, now collective is fully. Have no collective at all right now. Whereas in X-Plane, when I had no collective, you'd hear that clapping sound of everything. And I tried to land on that circle spot is over there. Again, we'll come on over here. Try to land at the same spot as I did before. And there we go. We landed. Kind of hard, but we did land. So as you can see where we landed with the helicopter, it looks like we landed in this little, I don't even know what this is. Looks like there's probably like a little area where the potash would dry out or whatever that they can collect. That's what that looks like where I landed. So in other words, I shouldn't land there. I should have landed just over here somewhere instead, but oh well. So anyway, this is Crane Creek. So anyway, so this is Crane Creek subdivision. Some photos that I was able to snack here from Flickr, which is cool. You know, it's fine. As I'm, you know, zipping. Don't really have a there's the tunnel that that I tried to land on there. Of course, in an X-plane, it's all solid there, but that's okay. Just some pictures of this guy took some photos of, which is cool. The Union Pacific runs it. It was Denver Rio Grande. I wish I got a SD40-2 that was Denver Rio Grande paint scheme. And then there's the hopper things again, which is pretty neat. And there in Utah, which is pretty cool. Alrighty, to finish this video out, I thought I would just take us on home down into Potash on the ground. And what you see before you is a Denver Rio Grande paint or livery, whatever you want to say it, that I found over actually on inside Train Sim World 2's creative club. And so here you are, and it looks pretty damn nice. This is the Heritage Edition of the Denver Rio Grande. So it's very, very new looking. It doesn't have any weathered texture or weathered look to it. It would be nice if the person who created this would go in and actually weather it up a little bit. That would be epic. But all in all, hey, I'll take what I can get. I'm not complaining. I'll take what I can get. So, without further ado, with the job that we're doing right now, we got to get to Potash sighting or Potash sighting. I can't even say it right. And so, without further ado, let's go ahead and get down inside here and finish the job. Now that now we got a new crew. Of course, I didn't change, but new crew did. So we're going to go through the tunnel that's right in front of us right now, and let's make it happen. Release the brakes. Throw about three notches of power. And here we go. Actually, let's just go over here where this is. Pretty damn cool. Of course, we're going downhill, so I got to throw in some reversers in there. A train version of reversers. Now it wants me to uncouple all the hopper cars. I'm going to go over here in our out-of-body experience right here. There we go. Unlocked. Unlocked. Get back inside. Pull forward a little bit. And I gotta put back in my my stuff here. All right. Go forward. Try to quickly end this thing. Did not want to. That's a cool shot, but that's not the shot I was looking for. I was trying to get this shot. Back to this shot. Wants me to push the other siding, huh? Alright, then I need to take a look. Rotate. I gotta go over here. Oh, okay, they're right there and stop. Alright. And we're rolling right now. I just don't even need to give it any power. Very, very cool. Like it. Gotta do all these drone shots though. Now I gotta make sure that these are all set up like they're supposed to be. That one is. That one is not. That one is. Okay. Alrighty, coming on up here, slowly. When you have a lot of weight, you gotta come up there slowly. And I'm going uphill a little bit. I think it's gonna end as soon as I couple the cars. And that will be the end of this adventure. Get it below 200 or 2.5 miles an hour. I want to come to a complete stop. Oops, I'm gonna do that. And we'll just engage. Boom. There it is. And we are done. Yay! Got a little bit of scratch. Not money-wise, but see, it's pretty low. You'd be getting like 7,000 or something like that, but because I overspeed a lot, which I don't care, you can see where I overspeeded a lot. Where you're supposed to be and where, you know, all that sort of thing. Like I said, again, I don't care. But anyway, so that is cool. So we have made it here, and I could play it again, or I can do free roam where I just walk around and do all kinds of whatever. But anyway, I appreciate you guys watching this video. Definitely like, subscribe if you feel my content is worthy. Do have some donation links in the description down below. So I'll catch you guys next time with this adventures of either it be FS adventures or train adventures or whatever I want to call it, and just kind of have fun in the world of simulation. Catch you guys next time. Later, guys. Bye.